Hi, I'm Rob Cosman. Welcome to my shop. We're constantly trying to improve the Cosman workbench. Adding a mobility kit to it is a big deal. I'm going to show you a mobility upgrade. It's going to make it even easier. Stay with us. I'm Rob Cosman and welcome to my shop. So this is our mobility kit. Bench casters, 4 on each bench, obviously. What you have to do is pull that down. And the pain is you've got to go around and do all 4 of them. I suppose it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is a bit of a pain. Now, I have a customer in New York named Bobby who wrote us in, sent us a picture and said, here's what he did to make it even better. Before I show you that, I want to tell you what we do to them. So the mobility kits, as you buy them, sometimes they're listed as being heavy duty. They really aren't. And what we discovered after putting these on all of our benches is while you're moving your bench, you hit a little bit of a bump, this would bend, and it was no good anymore. So Willie, who is our most senior employee, Willie welds on this extra plate and then cleans it up, sprays it, and it makes these things far more effective. Well, I'm going to show you what the great upgrade was. Instead of having to come in here and move each one individually, just by adding a stick of wood on there, you're now able to put 2 together. It's easy to operate in both directions and just makes the whole process a lot slicker. Anything that makes your life a little bit easier is well worth it. I'm going to walk you through. Okay, I'll show you a couple things I'm going to do just to make this work a little bit better. I'm just going to put some grease, a lot of pressure, a lot of resistance on here. So I'm just going to come in and put a little bit of a grease trail on there. That'll just make it easier when you're pushing your foot down, especially since you're going to be doing 2 at the same time. This doesn't get a lot of use, so it won't have to be done a lot. Now, the other problem is when we put this piece of wood on, we want it to lay flat. So if you were to, I want it to be as far out here as possible, so I get lots of leverage in there. No, that doesn't work. But because of these bumps, traction pieces, it's not going to sit nice and flat. And if we put it straddle 2 of them, just over time, it's going to wear enough that that's going to work itself loose. So what I want is I want this piece of wood to lay nice and flat against there. So I'm going to take my angle grinder. You get all the right safety gear if you're going to do this. So what I'm going to do is just cut right through that to make that nice and flat. That'll lay flat. Do the same thing on this side. I only want 1 bolt on each one. So I'm using a 1.5 inch by 5/16 carriage bolt, and the nut has that nylon locking ring on there, so I don't have to put another lock washer on the inside. I've got a piece of oak, any hardwood will do. I'm going to clean this up with the hand plane before I put it on, but 17 inches by 1.5 inches, and it's a little under 3/4, probably 11/16. See if we can get this where we want it. Now I'm just going to put that in position. A little bit of overhang. And the reason I've got some overhang is I don't want to have a bolt right here close to the end. It's not necessarily going to split it, but just so that it doesn't. So we'll set that back, center it, and then just give myself a center line on there. And we'll divide that in half. That's where we'll put it. Just want to make sure that that's going to sit nice and flat. And like I said, the reason I want that to sit flat is so that when I bolt it in, it pulls nice and tight, and it's not going to work itself loose. All right, over to the drill press. And the hole I'm drilling is actually a little bit bigger than 5/16, just so A, I don't have to fight to force that carriage bolt through, and B, that carriage bolt has that square piece on the underside, and that's what keeps it from spinning on you. But if the hole's a little bit bigger, then it doesn't have a tendency to split. time that it takes just to clean up the saw marks. Make this look a little bit better. Just run the plane over it. We make it our job to help you take your woodworking to the next level. If you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and don't forget to turn on the notification on your mobile device so you'll know every time we release a new video. Good? All right, back to the bench. Now, just because, use our shooting board. Just clean those ends up. Got to figure out some way to clamp them. I'll pull these up tight. Measure that with my fingers. Put this piece on the underside. Now I can use the existing hole as a guide. Now, one step on each end. Ready to go. Bobby, great idea. If you like my work and enjoy my style of teaching, click on any one of these videos and help take your woodworking to the next level. I've always said, better tools make the job so much easier. If you click on the link below, the chisel and plane icon, it'll take you to our site and introduce you to all the tools that we actually manufacture right here in our shop. It'll also give you information on our online and in-person workshops.